Hey folks, welcome back to this edition of Ben's Bits. Last week we covered the topic of speculation and how it affects the real estate market. And most of those questions were related to Evergrande or Evergrande, the Chinese real estate developing firm, which ironically hit a record low on Monday because they have a pretty substantial upcoming payment due that was already pushed back 30 days from November. And I know everything is relative, but they have a payment of about $82.5 million that's already late, 30 days late. And to make matters even worse, creditors of that firm have demanded an immediate repayment of the $260 million that's owed. And this has been an issue since they've been dealing with way back since September. And it doesn't look good at the moment. The question we received were in regards to how it will affect the market over here in the United States. So if that topic and speculation interests you, then definitely go check out that video. This week we wanted to give a bit more context to last week's video because we had a few comments and questions about why we don't seem to like we're not running around with our heads on fire, right? Like everyone else who's discussing the topic. And first, I'll say it's something that we're keeping a close eye on, but it's also just an event that we use for informational purposes at the moment, right? At the moment, key word. You have to remember things like Greece, Brexit, things like that. That there have been other big items that have happened over the last couple of years, months, weeks, things of that nature. But we also have a deep knowledge of the market and understand that media outlets get paid to hype things up for ratings and sales purposes, right? So when we hear media outlets and talking heads converse on the issue, we also take it with a grain of salt because what happens over there isn't instantaneously happening here. And it's not an issue to lose your head over at the moment. Meaning, yes, it's an issue, but for now, it's a local issue. So let me give you an example to illustrate really what we mean, drive it home. Let's presuppose that we're in Florida and we hear the media and talking heads talking about a winter vortex, cyclone, big bomb, imminent weather event that's happening in Washington state, right? While, yes, that's bad in Washington and they will most definitely be affected by it, it could just as easily continue its way down south and directly affect Florida. But it could just be a colder than normal winter event for that region, right? And it may not affect Florida weather too badly. It may not. You see, they're both in the same country and both in the same economic system, but they aren't directly affected at the same time. It's just something Florida might want to keep an eye on and have a few contingencies in place in case something happens, especially if it looks like it's going to be affecting them really bad and in the near future. So that's it for this edition of Ben's Bits. And as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.